So, Okoro Ajebo, tell me, what's your message?
Yes, my message is help, build. In a nutshell,
Yeah.
everything I'm going to be speaking about, everything I think I stand for is help to build.
And you help in the lives of, is it for the lives of others or what particular aspect of
So help in life, help in I like to come from the stead of business, right? So if you have a business plan or a business proposal, I look at it and it's easy for me to see loopholes because this is what I have studied, and also it's easy for me to see loopholes, and I help fill that gap, and then it's easy for you to stand and not make mistakes that regular business people will make around that kind of business.
Yeah. And they said in the success of every business or every successful people,
Well,
there's a popular saying that say you are a product of the five people you hang out around.
Very
Tell me how true is that?
So you're not different from your environment. The Bible says that be careful, evil communication corrupts good manners.
Yeah.
I think that's a Proverbs 13 there about. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Yeah. Proverbs also said if you are around five if you're around foolish people, you become a foolish person. If you're around the wise people, you become a wise person also. So you are a product of the environment you build yourself.
Okay. Now let's talk about the environments basically. And environments. What exactly do we mean when we talk about environments? Are you talking about it as people, location, time, places? What exactly? Because what exactly has a major contribution in you? Is it the people, is it the place, or the location?
Okay, great. So people, place, location, information, and understanding of that information that you have make up your environment.
Wow.
Yes.
In terms of the physical being, in terms of relationship, how does the environment actually play a key role in affecting our own decisions?
Yes, your relationship and your environment is very important. Like I was sharing with you the last time, for Abraham to become Abraham, he had to leave his relationship, his father and everything, his people. God told him, come out of your people to a land that I will show you. By this time, God had not told him anything. That was the only command he had. That was the only blueprint he had to work with. And then he left.
Yeah.
But notice, he left with a relation. Lot.
Yeah.
He left with a relation, Lot. And up till before God still did not show him until Lot left him. So your relationship is a very big part of your environment. All right. Because after Lot had separated from Abraham, then God said, now look, as far as your eyes can see, I have given it to you. But he did not give it to him when Lot was there. So sometimes you have your relationship, you have to be very deliberate. In short, not sometimes, every time you have to be very deliberate about your relationship.
The ideology of I don't know if you have heard this crab in the basket.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Like if you put one crab into a basket, it can easily come out.
Yeah.
But if you put a couple of crabs,
Yes.
you see no one comes out. So
Yes.
what I'm just thinking right now is like the basket itself is the environment, and those are the people.
Yeah.
So even if you have big dreams, you have big aspirations and every other thing, once you are inside that basket, those other people will always find a way to pull
you down. Yes, because you are not in the right place. Place is very important. Like I was telling you, I was working in Calabar 2015, 2013, thereabout. Then I was telling you, rent was 250 for a beautiful house, beautiful, maybe 1 or 2 bedroom. Then where we have the Maitama of Calabar, then you can find rent 400, maybe 500K. And you're a big boy, you're a big boy. Somebody finds you, man, this is where this person is staying. That is your environment. For that point, you are okay. Yeah. But notice that your dream is not bigger than where you are. That's why I've forgotten the philosopher that said the world is a book. Those that do not travel just read only a page.
Yeah.
The more you travel, the more you find out that, okay, I was being confined in my environment. I was being confined to think in a certain way, to act or talk in a certain way. You can find somebody who is not even Yoruba, was born in the West. This person grows up to have the H factor. This person is not Yoruba, but the environment has I was listening to Cosmos Maduka recently for the program where I went for. I said something that the first thing you change in your kingdom, when you come into a kingdom or into a culture, is the language. The first thing you learn is the language of the people of that kingdom you are going into. So, for instance, if you become a born again, for instance, the first thing that changes for you is your language. Where the world will say, I'm sorry I'm going in this direction, just for us to really break down this. So if the world will say there's a casting down, for you who is now in the kingdom, you see it differently. Are you not in the same environment? Physically, yes. But mentally, a renewing of mind is going on. So you are not in that environment mentally, but your body is there. But your mind is somewhere else. Your mind is where God's actually pulling you to, for him to really do that which he wants to do with you.
You know, it was true. As you just said it now, I'm thinking, while growing up, I've always been a child that had like big dreams, big aspirations for myself and everything. But it was counterfeit to my own environment because I grew up from a very, very struggling environment, and that's one way or the other has a negative effects in people I surround myself. For someone that maybe like the young ones that have big dreams, how can they find their paths even in those kind of environments?
Beautiful. Sometimes those environments help you to form your path.
How is that?
There is nothing wrong with growing. Most of the successful people that I know, if you hear their stories, their growing up stories, they were on that path, but something happened differently for them. They were not satisfied. They did not feel fit into that space.
Like something is missing.
Something is missing. So the search for that which is missing will take you out of that environment into a different environment. Then you begin to see things differently. Now there is a draw out of darkness into light. So you now see things differently. But that's without darkness, there will be no need for light. So you have to be in that darkness. You have to feel that emptiness. You have to feel that unfulfillment and all those things. And then it drives you on a quest to find answers. And that
feeling is a normal feeling.
It is a necessary feeling.
It's a necessary feeling.
Yes. The necessary
feeling of tell me how would you define that feeling, because some people tend to relate to that feeling differently. To some it's like a burden, to some it's like a burden in terms of the negative, whereby sometimes they look at it as the negative. So that's where you just have maybe like people complain and all those things, and yet they don't do anything about it. To some they see it like a burning desire. Just I'm going to reference the Bible in sense whereby when I mean burning desire, just like how Moses knew that he had to leave that place.
Yeah.
So to some it could be a burning desire. So how do you define that necessity?
Good. So it boils down to the person, right? That desire, whether good, whether negative or positive, is constant. So let's call that K.
Yeah.
They taught us in school. Let constant be K. It is a constant this thing. But what you do with it is relative. It depends on you. Okay? So the same Nigeria where people are saying, I'm tired, I want to leave. It's the same Nigeria where some other people are saying, it is not so good, but it can be better. So it is the same information, different digest of that information. So it is what you want to do with it. So if you are big on assignments, if you're big on dreams, right? A constant K is there.
Yeah.
So it is for you to break down K to become a driver for you or a reason to be stagnant, to be in that place and just complain. So for me, I saw someone that had gone ahead and I'm like, is this who I want to be? that question comes with three answers. There's a spirit answer, there's your answer, and there's the devil's answer.
I want to assume that let's for people that understand, the devil answer will be your environment answer, right? Because there's one thing that you can be speaking and your environment is speaking another different thing.
So your environment can be used even by the spirit. It can be used by the spirit of God. It can be used by the devil. It can be used by you. Your environment is a tool. It's just there. So you can decide to use it. The devil can use it. God can use it. Okay? So it is what you are exposed to, or what you expose yourself to. The voice you expose yourself to speaks to you through your environment. Some people that say, and God said, and God said. God may not come and whisper in their ears verbatim and say these things, but things happen around them, and because they recognize this voice and they've been with this voice for a bit, for a long time, they know that this is this person speaking through this thing, through this situation, even in situations, through this person, through this information.
So tell me, how much, like we've actually said that our environments, we have a really great effects influence in whatever you want to do. I want to give this example. While growing up, I was always associated with the wrong crowd, like always in the midst of the wrong people, and it seems like it was so difficult
to pull out.
And knowing the fact that these people have a major role in your own life, for someone that is in that state, what suggestion for you personally, how was it easy for you to pull out?
Okay, it's not easy, and sometimes it's not by your power, but it's by it starts with a willingness to be out of there, but it's not by your power. For instance, let me give a traditional situation of somebody who is addicted to smoking, for instance. And this person wants to stop. You can hit your chest, I will not smoke tomorrow, and the next 2 days you are buying 2 packets. I'm like, okay, after these 2 packets, I am done. So there is that will, right? There's a will, but it needs a superior backing. It needs a superior backing. Psalms 1 verse 1 says, do not stand in the place of sinners, or sit in the seat of the scornful, or stand, it has given you stand, sit, walk in the place of these things, right? Blessed is the man that does not do these things, that does not stand. So for you to break out of an environment, you are doing 3 things, right? You are not standing in that environment, you are not sitting in that environment, you are not walking in that environment. That's the first way to break out of an environment. Do not stand, do not sit, do not walk.
Hey guys, Alexis Beckers here, and welcome to Beyond Just Boardroom. I want to use this moment to appreciate each and every one of you for how you have supported us. So I just want to say a big thank you, and please, if you have not yet subscribed, please do well. It means so much to me and as well to my team if you hit the like button, and also subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on all our episodes. So grab a cup of coffee while we dive into this conversation and go beyond just the boardroom together. That sounds like it's too good to be true.
Okay, I'll be very practical. Let's use the smoker for an example, right? You want to stop to smoke. So some of the things that drives a person to smoke, I've not really smoked in my life, but I've heard stories, right? So some of the things that will drive a person to smoke is an environment, right? Or a situation. So your situation, like I said, situation, people, all those things come to form your environment. So situation can push you to smoke. Friends, people can push you to smoke. You're trying to get out of another issue, can push you to smoke, right? Now, if you notice, this is standing, this is sitting, and this is walking. So for you to break out of that circle, first, you're not even found among those that are smoking. First, take correct. All right, you're not standing with them. You're not sitting. Sitting may not be sitting with people. Sitting may be sitting with a thought, sitting with a subconscious environment. you are sitting, you are dwelling in it. So there's a situation that will naturally make you want to smoke, and you are overthinking, you are in that place, you are meditating on that stuff. You are going to smoke.
Eventually.
You are eventually going to smoke because that will drive you to do that. So you are not sitting.
Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about standing. We've talked about sitting.
Yeah.
Now you're not even walking. All right. Walking is you have accommodated. You cannot walk to somebody who you've not accommodated. Okay. You are taking a walk, for instance. Somebody comes and wants to join you. You have to agree to walk with that person. You get. So now walking is a different this thing. Now you're not only sitting is comfortable. Walking is more marriage. It's more comfort.
Yeah.
You get. So you are, because in walking you are gisting, you are sharing thoughts, you are sharing intimacy and all that. So you're not even walking in that direction. That is the part you have to play to break out. And there's the God part. Okay. When you're not doing these things, then God now plays his own part. And you now find out that it is now not by your strength. Okay? But you've played your own part by not doing these things. Then the rest is not by your strength. It is as you are directed.
There's something that's...
I hope
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You even gave a practical sense, and it just brings me back. There's something Les Brown said. He said, when you go for a walk, there's something that happens unconsciously when you're going for a walk with someone. It's either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to your own pace. It's not spoken. It just happens subconsciously.
Yes.
Now the question is, which person's pace are you adjusting to? And that's the walking you talked about right now.
Yes.
Like once you're surrounded by maybe people that are not fitting, eventually you're adjusting to their own pace.
True.
You may not define the pace.
Yeah.
If you're not standing, if you're not sitting. That is on thoughts. Then if you're walking, you may be adjusting to their own pace.
Yes. That is your environment playing its role.
So let's bring this into relationship. And how you can build relationship one way or the other. And how because we were talking earlier on in terms of how your environment has a big play in your relationship, and you in terms of finding the right person, building the right person. Tell me, how does your environment help you select the right person for a relationship? Okay, so that's like I was saying the other time. So that starts with you. Build you first. So first thing is you build yourself, right? Number one. Secondly, know who you are and know what is missing, what's the missing piece. So that every random person, maybe a girl or a boy, does not come and just fit. Nobody will fit into that place except that person which it was meant for. Okay, so everybody in your lifetime, a lot of people are going to pass. But if you do not know who you are or what space is there for the person, anybody can just fit in. And then there will be trouble. I'm curious right now to know, is there a point in your life where you have to let go of maybe a relationship? Oh, very well. Very well. Tell me. Very well. Even friends. As I am now, I cannot say I have friends. Why is that? I don't know. I know people are going to watch it. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm not even your friend. But I cannot really say that I have friends, but I have people, right? I have people. And it wasn't like that. As somebody who, being an artist, I've been an artist for a while. So being an artist, it is easy for people to come around and want to fit into that description of a friend. Right? So if you do not even know where you're going, anybody can fit into that description. So your assignment in life, help you find the person or the people who will fit as drivers, passengers, conductors, whoever on that journey to life. And not everybody is just driving. So you have to know who is on the same path with you. Yes, you have to know it's on the same path. And that will help you. It naturally will make you cut down on a lot of things, especially friends, especially people. Let's talk about these parts. This is all towards knowing the right environment that suits you. Give us one, if you have to give a practical step, using yourself for example, how were you able to find the paths? First of all, identifying the paths, then knowing the right environment that leads to the paths.
Okay, this thing about environment and path, but is a never-ending thing.
Yeah.
As I finding one, something is unveiling. You get, so it is not, nobody can tell you that yes, I found the path and this I'm going, and there's no, nah, even on that path you question yourself sometimes, am I sure
Yes,
this is the path?
Yeah, true.
There are times in even my business, there are times I hit rock and I'm like, am I sure this is what I'm called to do?
True.
But it is good sometimes for that to happen, because it helps you to look back, to go back to the message, go back to what God has told you from the onset. Okay. If you hit those rock bottom and you go back to check and it still aligns, by all means, my brother, keep pushing. All right. But many times if you go back and there's still a question from the beginning, then you have to start again. And there's no harm starting again. In fact, I was telling a friend that it's easy to bring down your house and build than to keep patching. You will spend more because now the foundation is wrong. Now the foundation is not well built. So you have to keep trying to break, and you're patching this place is breaking, you're patching this place is breaking. But if you bring it down, it's painful.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I think the issues we had in relationship is starting over.
Yeah, exactly. I was even about to even go.
Yeah,
that's the thing, Zef, because once you already know, let's say for example, you identify the wrong environment and everything. Now you see that starting all over again.
Yeah,
knowing the fact that okay, I've been with these people a couple of times. Where do I start from? It's like I'm just leaving all that I'm used to.
Yeah,
you understand? It's all I ever know, and I'm leaving that now to another different thing. How do you now do that?
Knowing these things in life, but starting over is driven by your assignment. It's driven by what you've been revealed to from the start. Okay, what has been revealed to you from the start. This is your assignment. All right. So you get an assignment. It's not every time you start an assignment and you're running in the right direction. Sometimes we do not even wait to hear instructions. We get the assignment and we're like, I know what to do. You're just going. And then you hit rock. And you'll be like, okay. So you start questioning. But if you go back and really follow instructions that was given with that assignment, then you can retrace your step. But you see, that's coming back to that point. It's the hardest work, my brother. It's the longest and hardest work. It's a shameful work.
So give us a practical steps. How, like, okay, you bringing this down. So you're trying to build a new foundation. Tell me, what are the steps that you consider that one can take to build that?
Okay, first is death to self. Death to self, meaning that a lot of times why we are not able to start again, especially when we find out that our environment, our direction has been twisted, is because of pride, right? What will people say? How will they look at me? I've gone this far. You know, all those things will now slow your mental to want to go back. And so that's why I say pride. Death to self. If you can kill that, then that's the first step to walk back. And I said the walk back is not a beautiful walk. There are a lot of things you're going to give up, a lot of things that you may like, and you have to just let go.
So for you, how were you able to transform your life?
It took me years. It took me years for a mistake I made. It took me years, and I made those. And there are some mistakes you make. Honestly, they're honest mistakes you will make. That's why the Bible says there's the path that seems right to a man, but the end. So everything looked beautiful, and okay, if I do this and do this, I'll arrive here and this and all that. Beautiful. As a matter of fact, the start self can be rosy, and then I hit rock at that time. I was devastated. I was broken. I've never been depressed. I don't think I've ever been depressed, but I think a lot. I meditate a lot. I do all that. So it took me time, about 6 months, in a space of meditation and trying to, because if you stand up and want to move, you can be making even more mistakes because you do not have a direction, you don't have an instruction.
Yeah.
All right. So it took me 6 months to search for instructions. All right. Those 6 months were painful 6 months, painful 6 months. And then I found my way back and started. Let me give an example of a relationship I was in when I was in Calabar. Beautiful relationship, all right? And then my parent liked her and all that. So it was rosy and all. So one day out of the blue, the girl just says, "Bruh, I'm not doing this thing again." I started questioning, what did I do wrong? This, that, blah, blah, blah. And for a while, I did not get answers. I even spoke to her mom, and like, how far now? This is what this girl is saying. Don't worry, if she's your own, she will come by. You know that normal story. And then I was in that space. I'm not saying this is what I was describing. No. The other one was business.
Yes.
So, but they look alike.
Yeah.
So I now went to a place of sober. I was sober. I can be with you and I'm not with you. I can do that a lot. So that was a place, that was a heaven for me. I was easily out of my body. I can easily get out of my body. So I was easily out of my body. But slow and steady, I was able to come back. All right. And then years later, I now found out that if God has a reason why that did not happen. If it had happened, and I saw things that do not fit into my own vision. All right. The person is not a bad person, no.
Yeah.
But these things do not fit into my own vision. And God just had to. Sometimes God will stop something for you by himself. That's how much he loves you. Sometimes he will leave you to stop some things, but sometimes God stops some things on your behalf. That's a beautiful.
Because for you, because I'm trying to. I understand that for you. Tell me, how do you used to identify? Okay, so for example, I'm in the wrong environment. Okay, this does not match. What are some of the? Let me use
a wrong environment can be a very beautiful environment. Yes, it has to be beautiful for it to be distracting enough to keep you there.
Oh,
so it has to be a very distracting environment. All right. Your assignment from the start is your checklist. Your word from the start is your checklist. All right. So if you are not if God helps you, and you're not distracted enough, and you are able to check your instruction, your word that was given to you from that start.
Yeah.
Everybody has it. Everybody has an assignment here. We are not just here to exist or to fill up the earth. You are here to do something. This thing you are doing is an assignment.
Yeah.
You get? So when you find your place in a place where you're not fulfilling this assignment and you're able to recognize it, I think that's the first step to know that, okay, I'm in the wrong place and I need to move.
Yes,
but God will have to help you to know that.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm talking about. What are some of like the practical steps? Because for example, we mentioned burning desire and also impact in terms of negative beats. So what are some of the signs that you know that, oh guy, you know what, I need to move. I can feel this. These are what I'm saying. You know, the signs are there. Sometimes the earth talk to us one way or the other. So these are the signs you can see. So tell me, if you have to give maybe like four signs that you need to know that okay, this is the right time to move, or you're in the wrong place. Sometimes you can be in the wrong place at the right time, or you can be in the in the right place at the wrong time. Yes. So what are those things you can actually handpick to know?
So first is the relationship between that place and your assignment, where you are and your assignment. If they do not match, that's the first step to know that. Secondly, it's that desire, that constance that we have said, where you either digest to be wrong, to use wrongly, or to make it of a positive impact. That desire starts to drive you. So you can even notice that you are in a wrong environment and this environment does not fit into your assignment, but there's no drive.
Does everybody know that they are in the wrong place?
Yes.
Because
there's that voice.
I heard a quote that says that everybody know what to do.
Yes.
but they don't just do it.
Yes, there's that voice. The voice is always there. So it is you shutting down that voice. So when you shut it down, then you can now say, I don't know. But you will not say that the voice is not there. You shut the voice down.
Oh.
So if you're open to the voice, it's always there telling you, you're not in the right place. You're not doing this correctly. You're not doing this. But you even have to even recognize, you have to even be in a relationship with that voice to even know that it's the voice that is talking to you and not your environment. You can talk to yourself. I talk to myself a lot. But sometimes we call it, is it instinct? Because instinct, I don't want to use the word instinct. Yeah, but sometimes it may even be wrong. Okay, but that is the ability for you, that is an antenna for you to even connect to a higher power, a higher voice. Okay, so it is for you to recognize that voice, to be in a relationship with that voice. Okay, first there's the disconnect between your environment and the assignment. Second, there is a voice you are listening to that is putting a desire, a burning desire. Okay, so that burning desire, you either turn it to a complaint. You're complaining about a thing, or you're trying to fix a thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can't have both.
you cannot have both. You have to be doing one. You cannot be complaining about Nigeria and trying to fix Nigeria at the same time.
Yeah.
It cannot work.
When you said to your own purpose and assignment, are you talking about values?
Values form your purpose. Assignments. Okay, so values are built over time. You build a value from the assignment that was given to you. So value is a product, right? The assignment is the, say, raw material. So I'm talking about the raw material now, which is the assignment which was given to you. You build purpose, you build value, you build time, you build relationship, and all those things come out of that assignment. Okay, so if you can build all these things, especially value, build culture, build system, then you find yourself in the right path.
And permit me to say this, I may be wrong, but do you think that some people don't discover that they're in the wrong place because their values are not in alignment?
Okay, I'll use the case of the prodigal son for an example. Legitimately, the father, he went to his father and was like, okay, I need to leave. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I need to be somewhere. I need to be balling with my friends.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Take your share of this whole inheritance and stuff. And the guy left. But the Bible recorded that at a point, Jesus said that he now blew all those things that was given to him, right? And he found himself in an environment whereby he was feeding on the food given to pigs.
Yeah.
The food given to pigs. And the Bible said something remarkable. It said, and the prodigal son came to himself. He recognized himself. He knew that this is not my place. This is not the environment I'm supposed to be in.
Yeah.
You get? And he said, I will rise and go back. So it starts with you recognizing yourself. Like I was saying, it is for you to find yourself first. Find yourself. You find yourself, then you can find pieces to fit into that broken part of you, and then you move.
And I think that's that's where it gets.
It's difficult. That I say, it's not just you.
You know, the finding self, because a lot of people, and I've once been in this situation, finding yourself. People talk about finding yourself, but there's no blueprints to finding yourself. I know everybody is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
But for you, tell me as individual, tell me what was those blueprints for you that helped you find yourself?
Okay, so my dad growing up used to tell us something. He said, read books. I did not like to read. I liked to draw. I like to play instruments. I like to sing and rap, right? So the whole book reading thing was not for me. My younger sister is a professor. She's a book lady. My other brother is a book guy. Me, I'm not so much. So I did not understand read books until recently. Not say very recent, some 3, 4, 5 years. Okay. There was an awakening. I started reading books. Now, there's something about reading books that I think that is what is missing. That is why it's difficult for a lot of people. There's the books that we read are people's own experience. So in that book, you might find something that even relates to your present experience or journey. And reading somebody else's journey helps you to make good decisions. For instance, my pastor used to say something. He said, "You to go in the place where the giants has gone, you need to just put your feet where the giants had stepped.
Yeah.
So you can easily find your way there. But you finding your way by yourself, you may get there, but time will go and all those things. So books, books is the first place or the place I feel like you can first find yourself. Because these are people's own experiences, people's like me now, the kind of mistakes I've made in my life, I'm not sure my son will make those kinds of mistakes. Because I will constantly tell him the books, I must make sure he read books very early.
And that's the problem we're having in this time, especially in this part of the world, whereby it's difficult for a lot of people to read books. And yet, it's difficult for a lot of people to read books. And again, it's still difficult for them to also find their paths. Where is the mismatch?
It's easier to read books now. If I can read books, I can read one book for a month. Like I forget where I stopped. I have to go back to a place that I think I remember and excuse me, and then start to find my way. You get so, but I do not find myself having that struggle again. So if I can read books, I think anybody can. And now it's even easier. There are ebooks, there are audio books. You get for those who do not have low attention span and all those things. So it starts with the willingness. I want to do this thing. I want to find myself. Okay.
And I like the fact that you also said is reading books. But at the same time also, to some that are finding difficult, sometimes it's not just only in reading book, it's getting the right information. Like podcasts like this, listening to podcasts. Things that make you think, because right now we are sharing our own experience. You're also sharing your own experience, and someone somewhere is in the state where you used to be 13 years ago. 10 years ago. It's only when you seek the information that you can only find it. And that is it. So most people, the reason why, like you said, environments is not just only people, it's not only just location, it's not only environment, it's information. The information you feed yourself creates an environment.
Very true. Very true. So like I was talking about, I was quoting that scripture. There's a place I wanted to get to. It said, this book of the Lord shall not depart from your mouth, meditate upon it day and night, and observe to do all that is written therein. That is your part. And the Bible now says, and then you will make your way prosperous, and you will have good success. So the way to make yourself prosperous is not by, oh, Father, make me prosperous. No. Read. And do. Okay? It's not just reading. The information is just... Now, you can have information and not do anything with it.
True.
Faith without work is dead. You have to work what you have read. And it's not just anything. Be deliberate about the information you are digesting. There's an information that fits into the assignments given to your purpose, where you are headed. So those are the kind of information you should digest. That's why I said I do not enjoy very much going on Twitter or X. Except I'm going to look for that part of my assignment, that part that fits into my own assignment. And then I filter. You need to filter this information because there are a lot. So you need to filter.
And that is where, good thing you even mentioned that, someone said something that right now you don't lack motivation. What you lack is the right proper information to do, because you've gathered a lot of this information, and yet it seems like where can I drop it? Where can I drop it? And yet you don't do anything about it. So information without implementation is just
nothing. The Bible says, blessed you that hear these words, blessed are you that do them.
Do them.
Not you that know them or you that have heard them.
Yeah.
It is you, the blessing is in the doing.
This is doing, yeah.
Because the doing will drive you in that assignment. So blessed are you that do them. Observe to do all that is written there.
Yeah.
And then you'll make your way prosperous. So that is where so I think that is the hard part for people. You know that I've heard these things before, this podcast, these things. I've seen them before, but nothing. He has the information, but he doesn't have the doing.
The doing.
Yeah.
So now that's where lastly what I want to understand now. Let's talk about the doing.
Yeah.
The doing in terms of, okay, you've gotten this information, you know what to do, and you're trying to change your own environment, you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
You just automatically, for if it's someone that you've been with for a long period of time, will you automatically just cut off, or how do you go about doing? Because I think that is where most people tend to find it difficult. Not the information, but the implementation of the information, which is the doing. So tell me.
Okay, so the Bible says that when I was a child, I thought like a child. I think that was Paul I was saying. So
Yes.
now that I'm grown, so it starts. You will not give a baby meat to eat. It starts with milk.
Yes.
When you are living, when you're trying to find your direction again, you're trying to find yourself again. You are like a newborn. There are some information that are not even, they are good information, but they're not good for you at that time. Okay, so you start with the capacity. Fail, come back and fail. It's very important. But some people finding coming back and I'm feeling, why am I feeling? I retraced my step. Why am I feeling? It is even to see, are you even matured enough to start this step in the right direction? Okay, so information is not, so finding your step back, finding yourself back is not automatic.
Yeah.
It's in steps. You have to take, like our president, baby steps of pain. There are baby steps, but you are headed somewhere.
Yeah.
You're headed somewhere. Jesus said, for the cross, for the glory of the cross, for the glory of the crown, I endured the cross. You get? So it is a painful step, but there's a glory in the end. All right. So it's not that you just come back and we're up to glory now.
So how is it doing? How is it doing? Like, what are the steps you need to? Do I need to? Let's say if I'm in a wrong doing environment, I don't have the finance. Do I just have to cut off and just leave? Do I have to leave my people that I've been with for a long time and just zoom off?
No, there's no to cut you, but there's an instruction that will be given to you. There's an instruction. Just follow the instruction. There's a manual. My instruction may be different from the instruction given to you for cutting. So let me give an example. They said that if somebody who is trying to break an addiction, you do not just break the addiction once.
Yeah.
It may throw the person into a mental state, right? So what you need to do is reduce the dose until the person do not find need for that, whatever is causing the addiction. Doesn't find a need for it. So you do not just cut off from an environment. All right. So first you have to know that you are in the wrong place. You have to realize, you have to come to your head.
Did you just cut off the people that
sometimes they will even leave it by themselves. Some of them left by themselves.
Subconscious.
I just woke up and this person is not talking to me anymore. I was like, okay, good. I noticed. I thought I see what you are doing. Somehow this person is not. Then you just wake up one time and be like, okay, I used to have 10 people around me. Now I'm having just 2. You will notice. You will notice. And I hate to say these people may not be bad people, but they do not fit into your assignments. They are not fit for your journey. Okay? And when in fact, how you know that you are doing something good is when people start to leave you. How you know you are doing something good is when people start to leave you. People start to doubt you. You are not in doubt, it's people that are doubting you. Yeah. That's how you know that you are heading. You are taking a right step.
That's interesting.
Yes.
And okay, tell me, so what would be like your final word if you're to give any young person out there
Yeah.
that is going through maybe like what you're going through, trying to find their own path in a wrong environment, what's the word you have?
Okay, I'd say open your ears, listen. There are always things being said. A few of us have the privilege of having our parents guide us from the start. So, and we do not even make the best use of them being around to guide us.
Yeah.
We did not make the best use. As a matter of fact, some of the people who have the worst life right now, people who still have their parents. You get? It's not like, but the parents are supposed to be there to guide them and all that, but they did not listen. Those without parents are hungry. They do not want to, there are some things they don't want to experience. So they are hungry for something.
Yeah.
So that hunger drives them to look for information. Okay. And with information, there's an instruction. Every information, good or bad, has an instruction. There's something for you to do. Okay, so you'd filter, right? Get that information, get your instruction. As a matter of fact, get it early. Get it early. Like I said, some of the things I know now, I wish I had known them before. It's not like I've not heard them before. I have heard them before, but I did not apply them.
Yeah.
So in application comes knowledge. Because as you're applying, you're failing, you're knowing not to apply it this way, you're knowing to apply it this way. So you're getting to know it even more. So with application comes knowledge. So with the things I know now, because I've applied and I've failed, so imagine I'd applied and failed years ago.
Yeah.
So those are the things the young ones should not do now. Listen for instructions. Apply those instructions to your assignments. Everybody has an assignment. You will know. You will know. If you ask me, how can I know my assignment? That thing that gives you, sometimes not everything that gives you peace that is your assignment. Yeah. I was going to say that thing that gives you peace, but sometimes not everything that gives you peace that is your assignment. Sometimes that thing that gives you peace is a distraction, actually. But you will know there's a sync.
Like drugs. It gives you, it numbs the pain, but yet that's
thank you. That is not it. So it fits into your build.
Yeah.
It fits into your build. You're solving a problem. All right. So you find information around it and then run with it. And then if you do that early, oh bro, my son is going to hear it in my hands.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. I love this session.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is point look forward. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.